Hello and welcome. So today we have Need for Speed Unbound to be reviewed. I was really on edge with this one. Um, I didn't like a few things I saw in the trailer, and I disliked them at the start intensely. So let me explain what I didn't like first. I didn't understand why they came from a huge success of Need for Speed Heat and put on these things. Why? I don't understand. But then I had a little bit of a change of heart. And the change of heart was the following. I like them. You know why? Because it's something new. Need for Speed has been craving something new for a while now. And I think this is not game breaking. This is not something that affects my gameplay. I didn't like it at first, but then I grew on it. And it's a nice effect for when you activate the boost of your car. So these effects, these manga type effects, they're kind of nice. They're you know they're interesting, as you can see. But yeah, they're interesting and there's something new. Something was brought forward from the developers. It's not the same as Need for Speed Heat, although there are other changes. For example, configuration of the car and or customization of the car, that's identical. Almost every part is identical to Heat. There are a few nice additions, specifically on the rims, but that's a little bit underdeveloped, but acceptable still. There was not a need for something hugely complex or more complex than there was on Heat. So the vanity effects, of course, is the horns, the underglow, and the air suspension, same as Heat. So everything on this menu is very, very much on par with Heat, except for these driving effects. Now, samples are the noise that your car does, for example. Or you see, very interesting, very, very interesting. A nice addition, okay? Buy and sell cars, same thing. Although I did prefer going to, the car selling places like on Heat and on Payback. I really like their interaction with the map. This is a little bit too unpersonal to me, but you know, it's just done through the garage. That's all. This is all my customized cars. Interesting. Now, another thing is the characters. The characters were straight up designed on Need for Speed Heat. On this one, they turn into manga characters. Don't really like it, but I accept it. It's something new. Okay, I accept it. It's something new, something that I had to wrap my mind around. It actually demanded me to change a little bit. The biggest change is here. Now, I'll speak about the online features in a bit, but here, the launching. So every week you have a challenge on Saturday, but until you reach Saturday, you have the full week to build your fortune and to build a car able to compete with the qualifier. Okay? This is the biggest change. Of course, like on Need for Speed Heat and not on Payback, but on Heat, the cops are way more dangerous at night. They came out full guns blazing with you, and it's hard to make an escape then. But on daytime, yeah, they're weak. Okay. This is the biggest change here. You don't have races on the map. You have to go to meetups. Okay? Meetups, what is meetups? Meetups is exactly as the name says. It's points where drivers meet in order to launch their events, their races.
Hey kid, if you wrap up early, I'll be up at Darren's watching the Spins lose again.
Music type. Well, in terms of music, the game is on par. As Payback, as well, all the way from Underground and Underground 2. Yeah, they're on par and very, very well done. So, guys, this is a very interesting game in terms of music, okay? Sounds, as I said, the sounds that your car makes are fully customizable by you, which means all the bits and pops of the turbo, everything is up to you, okay? And of course, when you drift, there comes the animated smoke. Interesting. I didn't like it at first, now I like it, okay? Or it doesn't really break my spirits, okay? That being said, how is the game compared to the other, the last two launches of this franchise? Well, it's very, very interesting. It's something different, okay? It's a little bit harder, more greedier, and unforgivable than Heat and Payback. A lot more greedier than Heat, okay? If you're expecting to race the cops and win every time and escape every time, yeah, forget it. No bueno. Okay? Yeah, the trains move around, and if you race on the train tracks, yeah, you are going to crash a few times, okay? Of course, the challenges remain the same. You have to challenge the cops. Sometimes you have to find, for example, these teddy bears, these inflatable things, and you have to break them in order to get a little bit of money. But that's all. Okay. You have to break billboards like on the last instances of this game. Yeah. The game was not surprising, and it is very surprising. So, evaluating this game has been one of the toughest things I did as a gaming reviewer. And I'm going to tell you why. At first, I disliked this game profusely. Hated it with every ounce of my body. But then, I started to like it. And now I like it a lot. I like to collect stuff because they really matter. Collecting these things really matter because you get to customize your ride according to your specs, according to your liking in terms of new decals, new tags, new sounds in this case, and of course the all important new smoke for your tires, not this reddish stuff, but greenish, blackish, grayish name a color, they have it. Okay. In terms of difficulty, I was a little bit disappointed with this new instance of the franchise. Why? The races seem a little bit repetitive. If you get out of the your comfort zone and actually build up a car, that's when interesting races start to appear. But for example, you have classification of cars ranging from classification B all the way to super cars and super plus cars. Now, on super plus cars, of course, everything is hard, way more hard. And I like to do this a lot. Yeah. I'm going to show you now. I showed you the gameplay. I showed you the sounds. I showed you the music. Everything very, very, very interesting so far. A very nice addition to the franchise. Let's see what they come up in the future, since they said that they're not going to really force coming out with a new game every year. So this is going to be a multi-year game. So this is a meetup of racers. As you can see, it's in the garage. Everything very to par. You get to see your rivals and actually make side bets. Let's make a race. Now, online, I'm not going to show you online because all the mics are up and, you know how it is. And online is very enjoyable. The game is very, very enjoyable, okay? I hate this new launch system. I hate it profusely because I never get it right. But that's just me. So as you can see, the races are a little bit more greedier than as you can see, the other races are, and of course.
Don't get too excited. Plenty of race left.
As you can see, system is a little bit more difficult than the other instances of Need for Speed, specifically the last two, which I think, yeah, they were a little bit, yeah, they were a little bit on the nose. You get to win almost every time. On category B, when you start the game, don't go believing that you're going to win every race all of a sudden and say the game is shit. No. You have to build up your car. You're going to race guys that are, or have already the car built up. So don't expect to win. For example, I'm not paying much attention to the race since I'm talking to you guys. But you know,
Dispatch, we're pursuing suspects.
so I actually lost money because now you see I lost 14,000. So this is really bad. It's all right. All right-ish. I can easily remake the money. But all in all, guys, online features the same as here. The race type of races are the same. So as you can see, the cops. Oh my god.
Intercept
As you can see, the cops are way harder. Way, way, way harder.
Damn, I really thought we had him. Suspect just pulled his vanishing act on West Road.
I was really lucky to vanish the way I did because I crashed and I tumbled in the direction of the river and then ended up on the side road. Crazy tip, if you want to lose the cops, go off-road.
That's all she wrote for me, folks.
Keep collecting those whips for the grand, Speedy. 4 races, 4 cars. Wait, why does this feel like the black cat thing in that robot movie?
So, online everything is the same, the type of races are the same, the type of booklets is the same, the money is almost the same. But then you get to rub it on the nose of your rivals that you won. Basically that's it, okay? Don't go expecting some experience of out-of-the-box, Need for Speedish 5 type of thing that you get out of the car and go about your business in the city. No. This is a gaming game, so don't expect much out of that. Apart from that, guys, final review of the game. A really, really cool new addition to the franchise of Need for Speed. I didn't like it at first, but now I'm seriously loving it. So guys, if you get the money to invest on this game, use that money, okay? It's very interesting game. It will offer you hours and hours of fun. At the beginning, don't expect to win everything. Give it time, invest in your car, invest in yourself, buy a few nice clothes and all. But guys, final review, I'm going to give it a very solid 9 out of 10, okay? 9 stars out of 10. Final review of the game. Yeah, buy it if you can. Try to find a promotion like a flash sale on PlayStation Store or on Steam or some such, and buy it, okay? Have your own experience. Don't base you buying it or not on my review, but use it in order to, you know, take stock of what the game is, what it promises you, and of course what is offered on hand to you as well as a player. You might like it on the online, you might not like playing it alone. Give it a shot to the story, collect everything on the story, and then go to the online. That's always my biggest concern here, people ignoring the story and going straight to the online. So yeah, I just collected a new graphic for my car, and I'll see you all next week for a new segment. There's a lot of news right now that I'm going to talk about it. PlayStation Q was just announced, and a whole bunch of other things. So I'll see you all next week, and play on.